All right, it's going to be October up here in Alaska, which means it's getting cold, very rainy. We're going to start seeing snow here in a couple weeks. So I got my winter gear all laid out, what I usually will take on winter trips in either the Defender 90, the Unimog, or whatever vehicle I'm out and about in. And I get asked quite a bit about different gear and recommendations and what I carry. So I took some time the last couple days to lay some stuff out, and I usually get really obsessed about gear, what gear I'm using, what gear I'm carrying, what gear I like to have around me. So what I got going on here is a good representation of what I'm gonna have this winter in whatever vehicle that I take out, and got to keep in mind that this gear, represents what I would carry that's going to get me off of a trail and back home, and maybe stay the night out in the woods if there's catastrophic breakage or something happens. I'm on a rescue helping other people and I have to stay the night. This is going to be the basics that I'm going to be somewhat comfortable, not ultra comfortable like I would like to be, but I'm going to be safe, warm, fed, and taken care of for the night. Worst case scenario, and some of the stuff too, it'll be the absolute worst case scenario if I have to hike out or hike to a place where I have better cell phone reception or something like that to get help. Uh, so some of this gear is not the same gear I would carry in the summer, but it's going to represent more of what I'm going to have this winter. So I'm going to talk through it and kind of explain some of the philosophy behind some of it, and kind of go fairly quick to give everyone an idea of what I usually carry. We are going to get right into this. This is the gear that I carry for the winter that I've been laying out for the last couple of days, kind of going through, fine tuning, and we'll do a short video here talking about it. Basically, here's the gear, and once it's packed up in these containers, that's what goes into the back of the Defender 90, back of the series, Unimog, whatever vehicle that I'm in out on the trails. And let's start with a basic necessity right there. It's a pole pal, ground anchor that gets folded up, stuffed inside whatever vehicle. Fantastic piece of gear, a must-have on trails anywhere. All right, from there, we're going to start up here in this left corner. I'm going to try to buzz through some of this obvious stuff kind of quick. We got a spotlight. This is an ARB LED trail light. Hook that up if you got trail breakage. Want to film something, need some extra light for whatever. Got some propane canisters and a little torch adapter. Very good to have in the winter, and it's really a must-have item when you're dealing with the snow and the ice. Lighting fires, it works incredible. I'm not out here trying to pack survival type equipment because I'm in a vehicle-based travel. I've got some space. I've got some extra weight I can carry, so I might as well use the things that are going to be the easiest and get the best results. I'm not solo backpacking or anything like that. So, I've got some extra space and weight to pack. Now, as far as air goes, we got some stuff to deal with air, pressure, and tires. ARB, got a quick deflate ARB, my nice little homemade canvas bag. Compressors. Lots of talk about compressors, lots of different kinds. I use an ARB. Made it myself into the waterproof box. Very portable. Use it with multiple rigs. Absolutely will hold up in very extreme cold. -20s, -30s. I've had no problems with it. Fantastic piece of gear. And that's the smaller ARB. Great for what it's used for. Some jumper cables, fire extinguisher. Start over here with some ARB recovery straps. We got the purple strap. That's non-stretchable, 60 feet. Great to use as an extension while you're winching. Not really recommended to pull with it. I guess you could in an emergency, but that's what the orange is for. Things beat up. A lot of use in this strap. Getting to the point where I'm going to have to replace it here soon. But, very stretchable, much like a bubble rope. 30 feet. Really snatch a vehicle out with that. Fantastic piece of gear. Another must-have. We're going to stick right to recovery gear while I'm on this side. Here is shackles. Got to have the shackles. Got to have the snatch block. There is my handmade soft shackle. If you don't know what a soft shackle is, do some research. Fantastic piece of gear. This is a smaller strap, 2 looped ends that I make. I make a lot of my own gear, and this is used for wrapping around a tree that's in the middle of the trail, a log to pull something out of the way, to wrap around a vehicle chassis, a vehicle bumper, leaf springs, something that I need to wrap around to get a good hold of something to pull. Lots of different uses for that. I would get to my homemade version of a tree strap, tree saver. Right here. I'll throw that out of the way. Get an idea. It's about 7 feet total. And 2 looped ends. That's made out of plasma winch rope. Double padded at the ends and the center with some repurposed ultra tough fire hose. Very good. I've been using something similar to this without the fire hose for the last 5, 6, 7 years and never have a problem. Awesome. Super lightweight, super durable tree savers. And that's the basics of the recovery gear side of it. Now on to snow shovel. It's big, it's gnarly, takes up a lot of space, but when you're shoveling snow, it's the best possible shovel you can have. Toss that out of the way. Now we're into what I carry for cooking food. Got my Coleman stove, trusty, bomb-proof. Cook water in that. Got my old World War II canteen cup. Fantastic piece of gear. Loud when you drop it. That extra fuel in there. Nice handmade little leather bag that I created. This has matches and spoons inside of it. Got some coffee. Trail coffee. It's instant. Love it. Got my little MRE leftovers. Everything you need right there to survive. Get into another handmade leather creation here. This is what I carry that holds, a knife fell out, what I need to cook with and to generally be around camp with. You fold this out like such. That goes there. You fold that out. Stove goes there. It's got your spoon. Got a nice knife. A pocket knife. A sharpening stone. And I think I have additional matches in there. That's pretty much my little camp setup. Make a nice little comfortable camp where I can enjoy my camp coffee. Alright, got some straps. We got some tools. Some bars. Breaker bars. Got a bottle jack. I do not carry a high lift jack. I do not like them. And usually 99% of the time I don't need it. If I am in a situation where I absolutely need a high lift jack, something has gone drastically wrong, and you know it's probably not a good time to even use a high lift. If I can't winch out of something, bottle jack it, fix something, then I'm in a real bad situation if I absolutely need a high lift jack. Bottle jack is all I need. Got a little bag with inverter, different phone chargers, cords to keep electronic stuff going, keep the phone fed, keep flashlights fed, cameras, all that stuff fed. In today's world, you gotta have that. Alright, we got some tool bags, the old canvas Klein, it's got the bigger wrenches, hammer, drop cloth, the bigger tools in that. Got the Atlas 46, pretty cool bag. Screwdrivers, wrenches. You know, I carry standard and metric. Pliers, all that sort of stuff in there. Handy little kit to have. Got tire repair kit. Pretty much speaks for itself. Things you need to repair tires. Your little bag of trash bags. This little container has miscellaneous belts, a couple hoses, fuses, nuts and bolts, spare, you know, little pieces, hose clamps, lug nuts, that sort of stuff. Got zip ties. Usually has a lot of tape in there. Stuff that you can do a quick down and dirty trail repair with. Got a nice metal shovel. Full size spade. Gotta have it. Got a nice cutting axe with a handmade, if I can get it undone, cover for it. Pop this out. This is the higher end steel. I believe this is the felling axe. Oshkosh head. Super nice axe. Very handy. Alright. Got 12 gauge shotgun. That's pretty Explanatory. Carried more to protect myself from humans than wildlife. That's for sure up here in Alaska in the valley. Road flares, awesome to start fires with. Campfires, to keep warm, warming fires, fantastic. They burn hot and they burn a long time. My chainsaw setup, sharpeners, gloves, everything in the bag. Screaming, Homelight Super 2, modified little saw that just runs like crazy. Wicked cutting little saw. Got some extra fuel for it. Absolute must-have on the trails up here in Alaska. Cutting wood for fires, for camp. You know, I'm not messing around trying to use the stove the whole time. You know, we're in Alaska. We can have fires. We can operate chainsaws to cut wood for the fires. So that's what I'm going to do. You know, cut trees off the trails, get to camp, and use it around camp as much as possible, and really enjoy having the ability to carry a chainsaw and use it. Extra water. Now we'll get into some of the better little gear that I like. We'll start right here. This is some specific winter stuff here. Got some snow pants. I carry extra snow pants. Waterproof, comfortable. Must have in the winter. A nice warm hood. Super warm gloves. Wool inserts. Wool socks. Survival blanket. Military winter parka. Extremely warm. Extremely versatile. Great to have. Get over here. You got the little sport utility blanket. Got another kind of survival type bag right there. Retains your heat. They do work. I use that thing all the time in the winter just for normal camping. You put that inside your sleeping bag, get inside of it, inside your sleeping bag, and it retains a lot of your body heat. They really work. Nice, big, thick wool blanket. I use that a lot. Carry it a lot, even in the summer times. You never know when you're going to come across somebody on the trail in a survival type situation. Somebody who's been in the water, somebody's cold. You need to have some sort of wool blanket to throw around them. And even around camp, you know, I'll put that around my shoulders and cover myself up. Just sitting around keeps the wind off of you, keeps your body heat in. You know, it's an all-around kind of comfort survival item. A little survival box. It's got some little survival items in it. Little strobe light, whistle, compass, some fuel, fire starter, and candles. Matches, hatchet, water bottle. Eagle Industries. I believe this was some sort of sear bag, pilot survival bag. I've had that quite a while. Can't really remember what the exact purpose of it is. My little SOG multi-tool that I've kind of changed up. Add a little piece there to be able to hold different screwdriver tips. Pretty cool little adaptions I've made. My camp knife, regular use knife with my handmade sheath, is extremely tight. There you go. Wicked too cool. Tough knife. Beautiful leather cover. Got an old Ontario heavy duty machete type knife. It's a Spec Plus machete. I've cut tremendous amount of branches off the trails with that thing. Over here, regular first aid kit. Got all the basics, duct tape, band-aids, all that good stuff. This stuff right here in this corner, this is the stuff that I would be grabbing, putting in that pack right there if I was to have to walk away from the vehicle to get to a different location to make a phone call. And if something drastic happens and it gets really bad and I have to walk off of a trail, which never happens, then yeah, this stuff would go into that small pack. I would grab the 12 gauge. I would grab extra food. You know, I would put on the parka. I'd probably carry the wool blanket and be on my way. So that's a quick down and dirty of the gear that I would normally carry. Now, if I was going camping, you know, of course, I got food. I didn't show any food because, you know, MREs, Mountain House, whatever type of food would go with that stuff there. And that all goes in a separate bag. And the food would be added into that. And, you know, most of this gear has separate bags that it goes into. And then once it's packed into those smaller bags, then it goes into the Rubbermaid totes into the vehicle. And as far as camping, if I knew I was going on an overnight, 2-day, 3-day week, it doesn't matter, regular camping trip, then I would take all this gear here and I would probably add more clothes to it, maybe an extra pair of boots, and then this bit over here, a canvas tarp, nice waterproof, big canvas tarp. This is big enough for me to make a pretty nice little tent out of if I run my winch line out to a tree or to the pole pal. I can drape that canvas tarp over it, make a nice bedding of spruce branches, dry grass, whatever is available to make that bedding. And then in there is a bedroll and sleeping bag, ultra comfortable. Kind of big, takes up some space, but well worth it. You know, that goes under the tarp and I am set for the night. And then of course I just add a Coleman lantern to it. That I think is a Powerhouse, newer version Powerhouse, very reliable, super bright. And, you know, it puts off a lot of heat. Very good lantern to have. Those three things are what I would add to all of this for a regular kind of camping trip. If I knew I was going overnight, you know, or a couple days or a week, that's what I would add in addition to this pile of stuff here. So yeah, that's the lowdown. Got any questions, ask, and be happy to go into further depth on, you know, just exactly why I have some of this stuff, but most of it's pretty self-explanatory and common sense stuff.